Loss of livestock in a devastating fire. A raging inferno swallows a barn, killing some of the animals inside. Good afternoon. This is CTV News at 5. I'm Stefan. A fire in Metcalfe turned deadly overnight. The flames torching a barn with livestock inside of it. Firefighters say a horse and several chicken were killed. CTV's Dyson joins us with more details. Dylan.
Yeah, Stefan, firefighters say this was an extremely hot call given the size of the fire, with many hazards on site as well. Fire crews were called out to 8th Line Road south of Metcalfe at 12:45 this morning, where they found 3 barns up in flames. While managing such a large fire, crews also had to navigate downed live hydro wires, collapsing structures, and fuel tanks beside the barns, which required constant water to keep them cool to stop them from blowing. During the 2 hours it took firefighters to get the scene under control, there was also a concern of the fire spreading, given the current dry conditions of the area.
One thing we worry about are the embers that can catch fire when they're wind-driven and move to other places that are dry. This happened at this fire, so many hay piles caught on fire and brush piles. We brought in a brush truck and extinguished those fires, but the conditions in Ottawa right now are dry, so people need to be mindful that those embers could hit a spot that's dry.
Ottawa Fire says that while the property owner was able to remove most of the animals from the barn, 1 horse and several chickens did die. No civilians or firefighters were hurt. Crews also managed to prevent the fire from spreading to the home nearby on the property. At this time, it is unknown what started the blaze, with the cause of the fire under investigation. Stefan.
CTV's Dyson reporting live for us. Thank you, Dylan. In other news, Ottawa police are just now letting us know a child has been critically injured after falling from a 4th-floor balcony yesterday. It happened in the Stittsville area at an apartment building near Abbott Street. Few details have been released so far, but police say the child fell from the 4th floor and is in hospital in critical condition. Police say this is the 3rd incident involving young children falling from high-rises in the last month. In late April, a 4-year-old boy died after falling from an apartment window in Sandy Hill. Here in Ottawa, residents are being put on alert that a high-risk offender will now be living in the city. Ottawa police say 46-year-old Christopher Rolston has been convicted of 3 counts of sexual assault and uttering threats, and say the concern in particular is for women following violent sexual assaults targeting strangers. The crimes happened in Toronto back in 2002, and he is serving a life sentence. However, he has been allowed to move to Ottawa to live out the remainder of his sentence on day parole, a strict curfew, and heavy supervision.
The offenses took place back in 2002 in the city of Toronto. They did not take place here in Ottawa. And right now, he will be staying here in Ottawa under structured supervision.
Some of Rolston's other conditions include a duty to report all relationships, no possession or consumption of drugs or alcohol, and he can't even enter an establishment that sells alcohol. If anyone witnesses him breaching these conditions, Ottawa police want to hear from you. Family and friends are organizing search parties for a Gatineau man who hasn't been seen since going for a bike ride Tuesday morning. Gatineau police issuing a missing persons notice for 40-year-old Alain Kumazinzi. They say loved ones fear for his health and safety. He left for a bike ride on June 2nd around 10 a.m. in the Hull sector. His last known whereabouts was in the area of Rue Ottawa. Police say he could be in Gatineau Park. He is described as a black man, 5'7" and about 190 pounds. Police say he was last seen wearing cycling attire, a black helmet, and had blue and black water bottles with him. A public health warning in Kingston after more than 100 people became sick from a parasite linked to a stomach illness called cryptosporidiosis. Southeast Public Health says it's investigating 114 confirmed cases in the Kingston area as they work to determine the source of the outbreak. Officials say the virus can spread when people eat food or drink water contaminated with the parasite. It can also spread from person to person through contact with infected feces from people or animals. Symptoms can include diarrhea, stomach cramps, nausea, and fatigue. Health officials are reminding people to wash their hands frequently and stay home if they're sick. Ottawa's Central Ambulance Communications Centre has received international recognition, designating it an accredited centre of excellence. The designation is awarded to emergency communication centres that achieve the highest level of triage and dispatching, quality assurance, and clinical care. Ottawa's team needed to continuously exceed 97% compliance with call-taking protocols.
From a caller calling 911 or calling for paramedic assistance, it means that each of our call takers are following the same algorithm to make sure that we're defining the right problem and defining the right priority to send the right response to the person in need.
Ottawa's Paramedic Service says they have been able to use innovative technology to help triage and provide patients with an improved level of care. And hopefully paramedics didn't have to attend any heat-related calls today. The temperature hitting above average temperatures this afternoon. And while some enjoy it, the heat can be dangerous for others. CTV's Tyler Fleming joins us with a roundup. Tyler.
Yeah, Steph, I'm here at Mooney's Bay Beach, and you can see many people are out and about enjoying this stretch of hot weather.
Seeing our daughter just be able to play freely and enjoy the sun, there's just nothing like it.
Ottawa beaches have been a popular destination, but it's important to remember lifeguards don't begin supervising city beaches until June 20th. And with more heat waves likely this summer, ACORN Canada is continuing its push for mandatory air conditioning and rental housing.
We want the city to enact the maximum heat bylaw so that landlords are required to not let the heat go above 26 degrees.
Now, if you're spending the day outside, watch for signs of heat illness, including heavy sweating, nausea, and headaches.
Try to stay away from caffeine and alcoholic beverages because it can actually make things much worse.
For now, it's clear many are enjoying this nice weather, which should continue through the week. There might be a little dip, but we are into June, so expect this warmer weather to stick around. Steph.
I ruined my tires completely just by all the potholes, and it doesn't seem like it's getting any better.
Coming up on CTV News at 5, this year's worst road results are in, and Ottawa's top 3 are unlikely to surprise you. And Jackie Perez is joining us live from our balcony with the first look at the forecast. Jackie.
That's right, Stefan. We're taking a live look at our weather from the Capital Barbecue Patio. It is a hot one here in the Capital, and the heat dominating most of eastern Ontario. Clear skies as we head into our evening. Not much in terms of precipitation. Right now, we're sitting about 28 degrees, very similar in Bancroft and Pembroke. We haven't quite hit that 30-degree mark, but you can see Kingston already kind of starting to cool down, about 19 degrees there, but Montreal and Montreal 27 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. Overnight, though, conditions are going to cool down to about 14 degrees. Few clouds in the sky. Tomorrow, the daytime high, hoping for a 30-degree day with a mix of sun and cloud. We'll get a closer look at your long-term forecast in a bit because you will likely need your umbrella for Saturday. Stefan.
Thank you, Jackie. Here's what you need to know. The Douglas Sutherland Arts in the Park event is happening this Sunday at the Village Square Park in Stittsville. Exhibitors, food trucks, and more will be on hand. The event runs from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. Taking a live look at traffic right now, the westbound lanes of the 417 are backed up. It starts to slow down around Parkdale, stretches out beyond Woodruff and Pinecrest, and then starts to ease again around Bayshore and Moody. Eastbound, you can see some backups around Riverside. You're watching CTV News at 5. We'll be right back. Our popular Team of the Week segment is back. If you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. As the FIFA World Cup approaches, the province is more than doubling the maximum fine that can be handed out for selling tickets above their original value.
We've increased the fines, I think, up to $25,000. We're making the list public.
Businesses and people who violate legislation capping the price of resale tickets at their original face value could face fines of $25,000, up from $10,000. The new fine structure will take effect on June 10th, 2 days before the first match in Toronto. And as the Premier just said, they intend to make the list of violators public. That brings us to today's radio question of the day, which is asking, should there be a cap on resale ticket prices?
As simple as supply and demand. As long as people are willing to pay, the tickets are going to sell for that price. People just need to stop going to concerts, and we've already seen this happening on a bunch of tours where they've canceled cities or entire tours because ticket sales are too low. So you got to stick it back to them.
Christy Cameron is here to help us go off script for this conversation. And Christy, I know no one asked me, but I really do feel as though with technology these days, you do need a cap, because it's not the old days of maybe one person grabs a bunch of 5 and tries to profit. You have bots at work scooping up lots of tickets at one time and then reselling at exorbitant prices.
Yeah, you're right. And I always push back on people who say, well, that's capitalism, that's a free market. The market can decide. Well, no, it's not really fair competition, because as you say, you've got robots that are moving faster than humans, that are taking all the tickets and then jacking up the cost. And for true fans of, you know, the Blue Jays during the World Series, or of Taylor Swift when she was in Toronto, the tragically hip, their final concert that people wanted to go to, they don't stand a chance. And that's why I really agree with the Ontario government and what they're doing here. The question is the enforceability piece. How are they going to do this? I had Stephen Crawford on the show today. He's the minister in charge, and he told me basically they're going to go after companies and they're going to hold them to the letter of the law. Now they've got the fine. It used to be $10,000. It'll be $25,000 for violating this ticket reselling cap, and they will take anybody who is not doing that and they'll take them to court, or they'll punish them.
Yeah, enforcement is interesting because it also makes you wonder, are they actively monitoring them, or is it up to us to report it?
Yeah, and I actually just have a transcript here of the interview. He said, the administrative penalties are set up. We have resources. I've got a great team at my ministry. They're inspecting, conducting investigations, and they will go out of their way if companies or individuals are doing this in bad faith. So he's suggesting they're on this.
Okay.
The thing is, it's pretty tough because on Facebook Marketplace, social media, private groups, anywhere, tickets are changing hands all the time. So I'll point out, it's not just on these big splashy ticket resale websites, it's all over the place.
Thank you for this, Christy. You can join the conversation and leave a comment through the Talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. You can listen live to Christy Cameron on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 2 to 6. And now watch Christy's segments anytime on YouTube. Subscribe to the News Talk 580 CFRA channel. Also, we want to tell you about a new segment we are launching here on CTV News at 5, highlighting positive stories right here in our city. It's simple. We want to hear your stories of people doing good, spreading joy, making a difference, or marking a notable achievement. We'll be showcasing your submissions that touch our hearts and, simply put, make us proud of our city. You can send your ideas to ottawanews@ctv.ca. Coming up on CTV News at 5, heading to Smiths Falls, where hundreds flock for the thrill of the ride and the love of a two-wheel adventure. Here's what else you need to know. The Great Mill Duck Drop is happening Sunday at Watson's Mill in Manotick. The family-friendly event features thousands of rubber ducks racing down the back channel of the Rideau River. The event runs from noon until 2. Coming up tonight on CTV after the 6 o'clock newscast, E-Talk starts at 7, followed by The Big Bang Theory at 7:30. Our CTV movie of the week, Guardians of the Galaxy, follows that, and then you can watch another episode of The Big Bang Theory. Now for another check on the weather forecast, Jackie is joining us live from outside tonight. Jackie.
A beautiful night to be outside, out and about. Yes, it's still quite hot for the 5 o'clock hour. I'm taking a look down our balcony. People are out on the patios in line for some ice cream, and this warm weather continuing for the next few days. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam showcasing Kaweki Point. It is 29 degrees here in downtown Ottawa. The sun expected to set closer to the 9 o'clock hour, so days feeling much longer as well. With the sunshine moving in. Now, taking a look at what we can expect for tomorrow, another warm day in the capital. We initially had reported about cloudy skies for Friday, but this has since changed. Mix of sun and cloud will dominate most of our Friday, starting off at 18 degrees in the morning, and it will warm up to about 29 degrees. Keep in mind, if you are out and about for late Friday evening, there's a slight chance that we could see some showers rolling through. This will likely focus, though, around the Renfrew Valley area. More on that in just a bit. Tomorrow, though, partly cloudy overnight in the valley. Mix of sun and cloud tomorrow. Daytime high 28 degrees. And as we look towards the Seaway, we are anticipating that the temperatures will be about 14 degrees overnight, 25 with a mix in sun and cloud along the Kingston Brockville area. So I did mention that there could be a chance of rain moving through. This is the satellite radar for Friday evening. Around 7 p.m. you are going to start to see the weather system slightly move through. It is in the overnight hours, though, that we are likely going to see heavier rainfall moving in, especially around the Ottawa Smiths Falls area. This will continue much stronger around Smiths Falls, Kingston, and Brockville. Saturday early morning, We may see a little bit of a break in this weather around midday Saturday, but should return with some scattered showers moving through Saturday for much of the region. So keeping a close eye on this. When all is said and done, we could see between 5 to 10 millimeters of rain moving through for our Saturday. Much cooler day as well. 22 degrees the anticipated daytime high. For Sunday, the chance of showers will linger. 26 will be an anticipated daytime high, but Monday, Tuesday, we are warming up once again with lots of sunshine in store.
Weather is brought to you by Manotick Tree, complete tree care from start to stump.
So yes, Stefan, we are in for another warm weather and sunny day to wrap up this first week of June, but you definitely need the umbrella for Saturday. So take advantage of your Friday. Back to you.
Sounds good, Jackie. Thank you. And the conditions were favorable for a special monthly event returning to Smiths Falls. After a successful debut last year, the town is excited to welcome back Bike Days. Here's CTV's Sean Varden.
For Don Hopkins, riding is better than therapy. His 47 Harley Davidson, paradise.
I'm 74 years old, and I have several motorcycles, and I can be having the worst day, and I get on a bike and roll through the gears, and all these years, it still puts a smile on my face.
Wednesday in Smiths Falls, Bike Night offering a chance to connect and share with others who love motorcycles and celebrating community. It's the first Wednesday of the month from June to September. The town closing down 18 blocks. Beckwith Street packed with every type of bike imaginable, welcoming thousands for an evening of fun.
It's a wild night of live music, motorcycles, and community. People come from Kitchener. We've had people come from Sarnia, Quebec. It's 3 to 5 hours away. We have Prince Edward County coming tonight. So they're all over the place, and they're great supporters.
2025 was the first year this monthly summer event came to town. Organizers thought 300 bikes would come. Over 1,000 showed up.
It's just such an opportunity for the community to shine, to bring people in, to show people our beautiful downtown, give them an opportunity to try out our restaurants and check out some of the shops.
Local businesses are thrilled with the boost to their bottom line, bringing crowds downtown, helping some who are struggling to make ends meet.
These people come out and they support our businesses. They're here for hours. I know my sales increase. We're struggling, and they're supporting.
It's fantastic for the town. It's something that's been needed for a long time. It's bringing tons of business into the area, and everybody's enjoying it.
For Hopkins, events like this show the true side of the biking community. People coming together for the love of bikes and the road, there to look out for each other and the communities they call home.
We go where there's motorcycles. It's fun. That's good people.
The next Smiths Falls Bike Night is July 1st, Canada Day. Sean Varden, CTV News.
Coming up on CTV News at 5, a change to the Ottawa Blues Fest lineup. We'll tell you why a Canadian DJ is jumping into the mix and who can't make it. Now for another live check on traffic, the westbound lanes of the Queensway crawling this hour. Eastbound not looking too bad. At Saint Laurent, things are moving well in both directions, but certainly higher volume in the eastbound lanes towards Orleans. We'll be right back.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Here's another live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. Current temperature 29 degrees. And here's what we're working on for 6 o'clock.
The vast majority of people will be able to recover in the comfort of their house. And, the key things are, of course, maintaining hydration and having an appropriate balance of electrolytes.
A parasite is wreaking havoc for more than 100 people in Kingston. We'll have details of the unpleasant symptoms and how to avoid this stomach illness from happening to you.
This is a strategy that any sentient country is taking.
Prime Minister Mark Carney unveils the government's artificial intelligence strategy, with one of the goals being to ensure Canada has sovereignty over the data of Canadians.
Kind of started in grade 5, and it kind of progressively got worse.
And tonight we meet 17-year-old Elsa in our countdown to Saturday's CHEO telethon. She's a graduate of the hospital's eating disorders program and credits CHEO with saving her life. Now for the final 5 other stories we're following today.
It's terrible. I just live up not far from here, and the traffic doesn't matter what time of day. The roads are in bad shape.
Carling Avenue has once again been voted the worst road in Ottawa. CAA released its annual list of the worst roads in Ontario today. And while Carling tops the list for the nation's capital, according to voters, it is far from the worst road in the province. Barton Street East in Hamilton was voted the worst road in Ontario. But when it comes to our city, Carling, Bronson, and Innis are the top 3, followed by Bank Street and Richmond Road. Ottawa Blues Fest is announcing an addition to the artist lineup. The festival sent notice saying Rev Run will no longer be appearing on July 9th because of a scheduling conflict. DJ Champion has been announced as taking the slot on the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Ottawa stage at Blues Fest 9:30 p.m. that night. DJ Champion is a Canadian based in Montreal who is well known for his contributions to electronic music. Serena Williams has chosen to partner with a young Canadian star in her return to tennis. Victoria Mboko posted this photo today saying the Queen is back, and Mboko and Williams will play in the women's doubles event at an event in the UK. 19-year-old Mboko is currently ranked 9th in the world in singles and says Williams is her idol. Williams announced her return to the court earlier this week. At the age of 44, she has won 14 Grand Slam doubles titles over her career.
Everyone having a good time? No, I can't hear you. Is everyone having a good time so far?
A night of delicious food and good company at the Brook Street Hotel last night. It was the annual Taste for Hope event in support of the Shepherds of Good Hope. Mouth-watering creations from Ottawa's top chefs. The event raised nearly $380,000 for the charity. And a familiar face for us here, one of Canada's most trusted journalists, is set to launch a new radio show. The Graham Richardson Show will bring you thoughtful conversations, exclusive interviews, and trusted insight into the issues, people, and events shaping the country each week. You can listen to The Graham Richardson Show on Fridays from noon until 2 across Bell News talk stations and on the iHeartRadio app. That is CTV News at 5. I'm Stefan Keys. Be sure to join us for CTV News at 6. Thanks for watching.